Okay, everybody, it's 12 o'clock. Cara, are you okay for us to get going?
Absolutely. Thanks, Paul.
Fantastic. So, hello, everybody. It's great to see a good few people on this call, and it's a really lovely one for us. So we just we'll take a bit of time to pause and do some celebrating. So I'm Paul Devlin. I'm the Trust Chair, and I'm delighted to be able to be once again part of the Green Awards. And I've got a couple of board colleagues with me as well, who are going to be doing stuff alongside me. Stephen, do you just want to introduce yourself to everybody?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I was just checking that the clock had gone past 12. I'm a non-exec director, and my I suppose day job at the trust is that of chair of the audit committee, but I also have the special responsibility as the green champion for the board. So this is a subject that's very close to my heart, and I'm delighted that I've been asked today to be involved.
Great, thanks, Stephen. And Lorraine.
Hello, I'm Lorraine Hooper. I'm the Director of Finance, Information and Estates for the organisation, and the team that kind of spearheads our sustainability effort sits within my remit, and certainly is a cause that's very close to my heart anyway.
Great, thank you. And just before we get going into the actual awards themselves, just the usual Teams etiquette, please. If you could keep your microphones off and camera off until we ask you to unmute and cheer people on. That would be appreciated. It just helps us with the bandwidth on everything, and making sure that we are able to be as with everything as we can be. Also, just to say explicitly that we are recording this session. So if you don't want to be seen, then take that into account as well. So I know we say this a great deal, it seems, month on month, but you know, this last year and a bit has been really, really tough. And a big thank you to all of you for being involved in not only all of your day job work, but also in helping the trust keep on doing its best to deliver a greener NHS. And it's something that I remember from last year's awards, that there's a lot of commitment to this in the trust. We've been, for example, working towards our own net zero carbon target, which is for 2040. And I think there's been some really, really big pieces of work driving forward environmental improvements in spite of the pandemic, and oddly, in some cases, actually as a result of the pandemic and the impact on our services. So this bit of time today is just to take a moment to highlight some of the steps that have been taken across the trust to help us in moving towards the net zero target. Lorraine, let me pass across to you.
Thank you, Paul. So there's a huge amount of things that, despite the pandemic, we've managed to achieve over the last year. So when Cara said she'd jot some down for me, I thought, oh, that's okay, I can learn a couple of those. But actually the list is so long and so extensive, I'm actually going to have to read it off the screen I've got next to me, because I didn't stand much chance of learning all of these. So I think first and foremost, one of the most significant things is, as a trust, we've been awarded £3.7 million of grant funding, and that's for decarbonisation work and energy efficiency across a lot of our sites, but most predominantly at Rampton, and some of you will be aware that those works are already underway. We've extended our electric vehicle charging infrastructure, and we continue to do that. The number of electric or hybrid vehicles in our staff fleet, and I really like this one, has gone from 11 in April 2020 to 94 today. That's, you know, the accountant in me, that's almost 2 a week we're going out there. We've avoided nearly 20 tonnes of waste through Warpit, the Trust's system for reusing furniture and other consumables. And when we did the Oscars earlier this year, we recognised the Property and Space Utilisation team in the Environmental Impact Award, because alongside that, we've also donated nearly £20,000 of surplus trust projects to local charities. So we're really making a difference as well as being good for the environment. An awful lot is still done, led by the sustainability team, but also by all of you and the efforts that you do to support our own learning and engagement about sustainability. As Paul said, it's definitely become more of a part of our language in the last year. And one of those things to pull out there is the Green Pod webinar series that take place once a month and focus on a different topic. We are in fact one of the first, in fact the first NHS corporate member of the Institute of Environmental Management and Assessment, which really sets out what we aim to achieve and what we stand for with regards to sustainability. And the board has had a board development session on sustainability and what that means and how we need to lead the organisation in that. And what we've done is stated our sustainability intent and our desire to be more sustainable. And we are working on developing what you might hear called as our Sustainability Development Management Plan, which is the technical term for our green plan and our net zero plan. So that's a huge list of things that we've managed to achieve in a really short space of time in some really difficult circumstances. And none of that would have been possible without all of you and all of the efforts that you're putting in your teams, as well as across the rest of the organisation. So thank you for all of your hard work in the that's ongoing. So we're going to announce the Green Impact Award winners today. You're going to hear an awful lot of examples of some really brilliant stuff that we've done, which is really good. Really nice thing to do at lunchtime, I think. So Stephen, I'm going to hand over to you at that point.
Just reflecting on what Lorraine has said, you know, what tremendous achievement in the extraordinarily difficult times that everyone has faced, not just the trust. So fantastic for that. And I think it's worth saying that how highly regarded our green team are, not only at board level, but actually across the whole of the NHS. And one of the interesting things that occasionally I get to do is to attend NHS meetings around sustainability. And I walk in there with a huge advantage because of the reputation that the trust has built up over time. And it's really fantastic to be so highly regarded in this particular area. And of course, I don't have to remind you all that we were the first mental health trust in the land to declare for climate emergency. So it's not just what we do, but it's the leadership that we show across the entire system. So I think we should remember that. But turning on to Green Impact, and because that'll get us closer to the awards, and that's really what you're all interested in listening to. I think it's perhaps just reflecting on what Green Impact is, and it's about changing behaviour around sustainability issues. Individual staff teams sign up and then complete a series of actions around a range of sustainability themes. The actions are graded between bronze, silver and gold, which is very appropriate in the week that the Olympics begin, isn't it? And at the end of each cycle, each team is independently audited by some of our local university students to assess the award levels. And so we're getting some very bright, committed young people to do that. It's not just any old student. These will be, people who are taking environmental studies, for a career, and it's a really great way of engaging with them. And so this is the second year that we've run the Green Impact at the Trust. And last year we'd planned to have a bit of a shindig, frankly, but that went by the way for COVID. And so we definitely wanted to celebrate this year. One day, hopefully before Paul and I have to retire from the trust, we will actually get to meet in person and to see people and to thank them personally. So what we'd like to do now is to start this year's awards ceremony by asking all the teams who took part in Green Impact last year to turn on their cameras so that we can give them a big round of applause.
Fantastic. Oh, it's great to see those faces appearing as well. So there's some interesting. Again, really excited when discussing this with Cara and the team, that despite all of the challenges of this last year, we've had 15 teams taking part in Green Impact. 11 of those submitted evidence for audit and will receive an award. And that translated into 107 members of staff taking part from teams that represent something like 425 staff in total. And of those 11 Green Impact teams participating, 7 also managed to, despite all of the pandemic, include patient involvement, which is really good. And as last year, we've had support from Trust volunteers with the scheme as well. And collectively, through all of your efforts, you've been able to avoid 65 tonnes of carbon and save the Trust £9,000, which is fantastic. So we really would want to congratulate all of the participating teams for these incredible results that you've achieved, especially given the year that we're reflecting on. So let's move on to the actual awards themselves. After we've announced all the teams in each category, we'd like to invite you to unmute and show your support by clapping and cheering the teams. And you can also use the chat bar to congratulate colleagues as well. With that in mind, we're going to start with the Working Towards Award. And this is an award for those teams who are on their way towards achieving the Bronze Award. And this year, achieving their Working Towards Award is the Free Range Roosters, who are better known as the e-rostering team. And despite not signing up right at the start of the Green Impact year, the Free Range Roosters have showed real dedication and enthusiasm for completing as many actions as they possibly could. So let's see if we can get any Free Range Roosters that we can get on the screen with cameras, please. And there we go, Michelle's there. And let's give everybody a big round of applause for the Free Range Roosters.
Thank you.
Yay!
Thank you very much.
It's good to hear your voice as well, Michelle. And then I'm going to hand across to Lorraine again.
Sorry, I was too busy typing chat about wondering whether any of them actually owned any roosters. As part of their effort. Anyway, so I'll move us on to the Bronze Awards then. So we have 4 teams that have achieved the Bronze Award this year. So the first one of those is the Community Cams North, about which the auditors said we are very impressed with the efforts made by the team, considering the time constraints and the understaffing of their department, as well as the difficulty of the situation. They have made some amazing progress this year and hope that they will work to continue to maintain and get involved with more sustainable practices in the future and work towards embedding sustainability within their area. The second team that have achieved their Bronze Award are the involvement centres, both at DMH and at Rosewood. These teams took a collective approach to the Green Impact and jointly created a dedicated Green Impact space in Microsoft Teams to discuss the scheme and share resources and ideas. Several Trust volunteers have signed up and supported their Green Impact progress this year too, and that's really excellent to see it was spread to both our staff and our volunteers. third team is the NOTS MBT service. This team drove forward sustainable change, but also enjoyed the social element of green impact. The project caused them to focus more on spending time together as a team and increase the uptake in staff taking regular breaks for their health and well-being. Again, a really great thing to see. And last but by no means least, are the therapy services from Arnold Lodge. This team did a brilliant job in their first year of Green Impact. Their auditors commented that they had gone above and beyond some of the actions, not just sticking to the basic criteria. We thought the work to improve stock taking was a great case study on preventing wastage. So that's all 4 of our bronze winners. Lots of really good actions there taken by those teams. So let's turn on the cameras for those members of those teams that are here. And let's have a round of applause for them as well, shall we? Oh, there's an extra background here with greenery on it.
Fantastic.
So I think, Stephen, am I coming to you now, aren't we? Yes.
Yes, you are. I should just say though, Lorraine, that I've been having connection problems. I've already lost connection briefly 3 times since the start. So if it all goes blank, maybe you could pick it up where I leave it off. So we're now on to silver, and we've got each of the teams to get this. And 18 silver actions, so it's clearly upping the ante here, and a big set of congratulations to the following teams for achieving silver. So first of all was Bassett Hospice, who took part in the Great British Birdwatch and encouraged mindfulness walks to enable staff and patients to get closer to nature. Really good in these difficult times. Community Cams West, who've done some absolutely brilliant work, including fair trade, vegan and plastic-free food alternatives. As a vegetarian, close to my heart, all of that. Then we've got the health and safety team, who had feedback from their auditor saying, and I need to read this because it's a quote, "Kudos to your team for aiming high. We were glad to see your wildlife gardens and beekeeping hobbies kept alive." Impact Award. And finally, the IMH Green team, they took on Green Impact as an entire team, and the auditors were impressed. And again, this is a quote. They said, "It would be remiss to disregard the impeccable efforts they have made to cover every aspect of particular note, being the recycling of crisp packets and the high level of staff engagement." So again, switch on the cameras, and congratulations to all of those, and let's give them a big round of applause.
Woo!
Fantastic. Really, it's really heartwarming to hear these different stories and all of these really innovative, creative ways in which you're having real impact. Finally, in terms of this part of the awards, 2 teams have done incredibly well through the pandemic and worked through at least 54 actions in the toolkit to achieve gold. That feels like a very big step from the silver one. Let's just highlight these 2 teams. So first off, congratulations to Children's Therapy Centre, who held a team day which focused on sustainability, including talks from experts and ideas about improving sustainable practice in the teams. They also had the brilliant idea of setting up a plant swap, which has been a really, really good social and environmental initiative. So well done, Children's Therapy Centre. And also achieving gold, and it's for the 2nd year running, is Estates and Facilities SMT. And the auditors, again, a quote from them, I was impressed by the initiatives and amount of evidence put forward by the team. They've implemented a lot of appropriate and useful schemes, such as maps to show trails for steps that staff can use when they take walks during their lunch break, and collecting milk caps to donate to charity. It seems like a great place to work and an organisation that really cares about the impact they are making regarding sustainability. So we're really great that not only has the team been recognised, that actually we all get to share in that recognition as well. So again, congratulations to Estates and Facilities SMT. So brilliant work from both of those teams. Let's again put some cameras on, please, and let's have a round of applause for those great teams. Really, really impressive. It's great again seeing a few faces crop up. Fantastic. So Lorraine, I think over to you again.
Thank you. So we now have a series of special awards, Green Impact Special Awards, and we've got 4 of those, 4 separate categories. And the first one is for the environmental improvement category. So this is for an initiative that's made a real difference in a department, in a team, or across the trust. There's a huge number of really great examples, but the winner is the Community Cams West team, where staff and young people have produced an amazing therapeutic garden space at the site, which supports wildlife and recovery. So really well done to the Cams West team. Are you here? Well, let's give them a round of applause anyway, even though they're not here. Stephen, to you.
Right. So the next special award is the Community Action Special Award, and this goes to a team that's led, developed, or participated in innovative community action. And the winner here is the Therapy Services team at Arnold Lodge for their absolutely brilliant work involving the patient community in green impact. If you visit Arnold Lodge, you'll be able to look around and see the posters designed by patients to reduce water usage, improve recycling and other environmental opportunities. So it's really heartwarming to see all of that. So are the Therapy Services at Arnold Lodge here? Well, there they are. So well done.
Well done. Joseph, do you want to say anything in response to that? Oh, you're on mute, I think. No, I still can't hear you, Joseph. But stick something into the chat bar for us, and a big thumbs up. I can take the thumbs up absolutely for sure. So congratulations. So the next special award is environmental innovation, and this award recognises an idea or project that shows real innovation in improving sustainability. And this year's winner is Community Cams North for their work to contact GPs using email rather than printing and posting letters. This reduces the amount of resources used in terms of paper, stamps and envelopes, and reduces travel from the postal service. And the judges particularly like that this innovation is easy to replicate and could be carried out by many trust teams. So Community Cams North, are you on this call as we go to give you a big shout out? Community Cams North? Is there anybody there from Community Cams North? Let's give a big round of applause anyway. Really good. And I think other teams will be taking notes as well about thinking, actually, is there something we can do along those lines as well? And Joseph, great to get your comment in there that the patients have loved getting involved in this work. It's a great piece, and we're so encouraged that so many teams were able to involve patients. So the final award is for an environmental hero. This is for a person or team who has really gone above and beyond for sustainability at our trust. And this year's winner is IMH Green Team. So the IMH Green Team has achieved so much working towards their Green Impact Awards. They have a quarterly Green Impact newsletter and report to the IMH board on their progress. The team has monthly mindfulness walks and charity coffee mornings and have included Green Impact in their team meetings. Absolutely brilliant work from the team. So IMH Green Team, are you on the call and able to stick a camera on? Yes, Catherine,
Excellent.
Nadia,
Woo!
Darren as well has appeared. Great to see you all. And congratulations. Would one of you like to say anything about being the environmental heroes?
Over to you, Nadia. You're our leader.
Yeah, complete shock. Didn't think we would, because we don't have patience. We obviously lack that, but we obviously do what we can, and we're definitely up on the biodiversity and environmental issues. So yeah, thank you.
Oh, great. Really, really, really well done. And it's just a great reminder that all parts of the trust can be involved in this work. So congratulations again. Thank you for joining the call as well.
Thank you.
So, and congratulations to all of those special award winners. Actually, this year it was really, really tough for the judging because so much good stuff has been going on. And I'm hoping that colleagues behind the scenes have got a short slideshow of some photographs of some of the other brilliant projects that have been carried out as part of Green Impact. And then the three of us from the board would just like to say a few last words if we can. So can whoever's in charge behind the scenes run a wee bit of video for us, please? We're in Jordan's capable hands. Fantastic. So good to see. So good to see. And just even those images just bring to life a bit of a sense of some of what you've all been doing. So if we can have just a few more minutes of your time, I just wanted to give Stephen and Lorraine a chance to just feedback any final thoughts, and then I'll draw things to a close. Stephen, anything from you?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for inviting me to this celebration. It's uplifting. You know, there are so many days when you work in the NHS which are not always uplifting, and so it's fantastic to get that. What I like to see here is that you are making an impact, and the challenges that we face as a planet are not going to be solved by one single bullet. You all know that. It's going to be by a myriad of small actions added together, and we're all doing our bit, and I think that's fantastic. And if you're having fun at the same time, which clearly most of you are, I think that's even better. So great work from all of you in the last period, and please keep it up.
Thanks, Stephen. Lorraine, how about some final thoughts from you?
Of course. So I'd echo what Stephen said actually about it being a really nice uplifting half an hour actually. Really good to see some of the really, really wonderful things that are going on, but not only that they are good for the planet and sustainability, but actually they're good for our patients, they're good for you that have implemented in your health and well-being as well. And sat here today, I've looked at some of those and thought, well, maybe how can we roll some of those out somewhere, which I'm sure the sustainability team will be doing as well. Got one eye on that. So thank you for all of your efforts over the last year, particularly in a really difficult time, and I hope that they've added some real positive benefit to you in your lives as well. And as Stephen says, let's keep it up.
Thanks, Lorraine. And yeah, I'm reflecting on a number of things. One is just the real importance of us taking these moments just to really pause and celebrate the good, and just that sense of I just love the creativity that has come through with these projects. And there's loads of bits, Lorraine, I was thinking, all right, we need to build on that. We need to learn from that and share that across the organization. So again, a really big thank you to all of you for driving this work and for sticking with it, particularly in the midst of this what's been such a tough year as well. I am also really pleased that I can say that we've got green impact funding for yet another year. So we would love for you all to be involved again, whether that's about sustaining where you've got to, whether that's improving, whether that's about encouraging others, whatever works for you. So we really would like to see all of you involved again, and indeed other teams as well. There is a feedback survey which you should have been sent, so please do complete that because it helps the team improve the project. If there are any other teams that you're aware of who might be interested in doing some of this work, do make sure that Cara and the Green team are aware of it. So my final thanks to our comms colleagues for doing the usual behind the scenes work on making things like this actually work for us. And Cara and the Green team, a massive thanks to you. I've really appreciated the way that you've managed to drive this and keep the momentum going whilst knowing how much pressure everybody is under. I think you've also done a really good job of making sure that people like the board of directors are kept aware of the positive impact of this work, and also how you've been able to draw out some of the positive impact that's come from this dreadful last 18 months or so. So big thank you to all of you. So look, let's do one final opening up our microphones, everybody, and giving a big massive cheer out for all of this great green impact work that you've all been doing. And thank you for finding the time to do that, to have this little space in the day today. So massive thank you to you all. Yay! Oh, brilliant. Yeah, and the Green Impact team's getting a shout out from Cara as well. Fantastic. Great, everybody. Good to see you, and keep on staying as safe as you can, and keep on having green impact. Thank you.